Kickturn party.
All right, Funhouse edition.
Ow! This is our special night of having Team Funhouse with Team Kickturn Party.
Yeah.
These two guys are old friends of Kickturn Party, and they do a radio show every Friday night for how many years now? 19 years. So we've ever since the JCab days, we've been talking of doing a 2-studio tour.
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah.
Come here,
like
shoot some
10 years
Kickturn Party,
in the making,
and then go to the radio studio and do your live show.
You guys were coming down there when you were raising money for the Nashville skate park.
Yes. So we're finally making it happen. Here we are. We're in the Kickturn Party studio. You won't see this episode for like a month,
or
if we're lucky.
But
we'll be live later tonight. So the four of us plus Bunny and a whole bunch of Knoxville crew.
Hey, Bunny!
Yay!
Yeah, Bunny's behind the camera over there pushing buttons, and he's still kind of.
He's doing his thing.
He knows how to push buttons.
But we all went to Nashville to see the Adolescents, the Circle Jerks.
Wait, before you do it, we should make a point that there's the only reason that we're all here. There's one lineage between everything. And there's one common thing, and it is Mr. J. Cavler.
Yeah.
Because even though I've known you a long time, and I've known Derek a long time, I've known you longer, but we all know each other a little bit one way or the other. But there's one common thread that keeps that for the reason that we are here right now, and it is Mr. J. Cavler.
Yep, J.
Because
Cavler.
if it weren't for him, there's no way we would be sitting in this studio doing this right now.
You're absolutely correct.
So,
yeah.
That's Doug Ayers. Old Knoxville rat that now lives in Nashville. We saw him at the show.
Yeah.
So back to the show. We went to Nashville to see Adolescents, the Circle Jerks, and the Descendants.
Yeah.
Right?
yes, and they were phenomenal.
All right. So
Ridiculous.
Bunch of old guys.
JD and I got to skate a little bit. Bunny showed up but didn't have a helmet, so he couldn't skate. But
way to go, Bunny.
JD and I got to
Conveniently
skate a little
forgot
bit.
the helmet.
We took a couple of days. We hung out. I ran into some people I haven't seen in fucking years.
We stopped somewhere on the way.
Oh,
Did you stop at Buc-ee's?
we stopped at
At
Buc-ee's.
the Buc-ee's. Yes.
Kickturn Party is
Yes.
Beaver Buddies.
Way to go.
So
That's awesome.
a little backstory on that is the last road trip that Buddy and I took. He wanted to stop at Buc-ee's, and I was like, yeah, let's stop at Buc-ee's. And
Who doesn't love a beaver
blew
nugget?
right past the exit, and he's never let me live it down.
Thanks,
so
Nate.
this time I rode in the slow lane for like 5 miles to make sure that I wouldn't miss the exit.
Dude, those exits are insane.
Yeah.
And apparently not cranking the sausage.
Apparently not.
Well, I don't know. Because you don't want to know how the sausage is made.
Right.
Is what I've been told.
Me too.
I just derailed you. You have no idea where you were going with that. But carry on. Go ahead.
Wait, we're done.
Anyway, we went to Nashville to see a punk rock show and ride skateboards.
We did, and we did.
Oh, Lord!
JD just ate shit.
Oh yeah.
That ramp was
Oh
slick.
man.
So we're at 6th Avenue, a.k.a. Slicks Avenue.
That looks very slick.
And the whole time I was there, I was scared the
Looks
entire time I was there.
bowling lanes.
Yeah.
What is what is that ramp?
It's skate light.
Okay, but is it skate like coated with something?
Yeah.
No,
it looks
it's
like-
coated with dust and light.
I like that.
Actually, that's not true. See where I'm at now? It's all dark. There was no lights on one end.
Man,
It
I
looks
love
like-
that. No, I like this corner right here. That
Yeah, I didn't understand the channel. Channels are for ramps that are bigger, but it was all right.
not the channel, the corner, the bend, the turn on that is.
Oh
is
no,
pretty-
it just camera lens. It's not. There's no turn.
Oh, okay.
So this was like 5
All right.
and 6?
I think it was 6 feet tall on 7.5 foot transitions, and it went up to 8 feet tall at the other end.
That was
It had an elevator, or maybe 7. I'm
7,
sorry,
okay.
7. Yeah, 7 feet.
It was
But,
fun. But
no, the entire session I was scared.
well, you saw what happened to me with dragons, and phew,
I wrote well, and yeah, JD's riding the Dragon formula, which is pretty good on indoor stuff, skate light, and still slid out. I almost slid out. But
Yeah,
never
that looks
quite did.
that looks very very slick.
But so
Man,
we skated the half pipe for a little bit, and then went over to the street area.
that looks undoable to me.
busted
I certainly
busted out
couldn't
some
do it.
old.
I'm not even. Yeah.
JD won the day in the street area for sure.
I mean, I'd drop it, but I don't know what would happen after that.
Oh, it's not that bad.
There was a
It just it's the camera lens. It makes it look bigger and gnarlier than it is. As I sit comfortably in this chair.
So you said,
Yeah.
So is it sloped? Like you said, one end's higher. than the
Yeah, you can see the elevator
That's what
coming down. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
So I
Right
spent a
in.
decent amount of time trying to figure out the line and the speed to do 50/50s down it, but I was too scared.
I mean, it was slick, man.
So here we are in the street
Yeah.
area.
Nice.
The,
Oh, wow.
the wall ride I had a really good time with.
Yeah, that wall ride was fun.
Man, you're
No, that's
mellowing out in your old age, Nate.
Duh. You know how many times I've been in the hospital for surgery?
I know.
And I'm about to go back and have another knee surgery.
Woo. Dang, don't be talking like that.
But,
Wow, that's okay.
So those
that's probably 7
Nice.
feet where the
At
tall
the
part
end,
is.
yeah.
You know what? I could do this.
yeah, it was easy to skate because the transition was good.
And plus, I'm on a brand new deck, and it's the first time I'd ever ridden. I was breaking in a new
Well,
deck.
that's a bad idea.
Well,
I mean, it's a bad
Gotta do it
idea if
somewhere.
it's a bad idea if you're going to videotape it for a
yeah!
YouTube show.
JD and I can ollie. JD and I can both ollie.
Don't tell anybody; it's a secret. What about those Ripper kids?
Old man, look at this. Yeah!
Oh, yeah.
I got a still of that. JD tearing it up.
Man.
So
Yeah.
after watching this footage, I'm going to say that I think that Nate's always been one of the better local skaters that I've actually known. He's always kind of been a badass, but I think as far as we advance in old age, that you have not aged as well as JD.
no one.
I think
no one in Knoxville has aged
No,
as well
I think
as
I think JD is honestly aged better, and as far now I see a ramp, and obviously the Wallows footage that I've seen where he's done stuff recently. It's much better. So good job, JD. Man,
No dog still has some new tricks.
Well,
apparently
yeah.
and
Jay-
a hip.
Before,
You got a new
so
look.
it was a contest
No.
for the
No.
OGs. I would say that JD
But
skates more than
you got something in your hair. I got it.
JD skates more than anybody today
Yeah.
of the old guard.
And he bowls too.
Hell no, I don't bowl.
But Jay was a close second before he died. Jay was out
Yeah.
there 3 days a week, and he would always go out. He would leave work a little early on Friday, take some runs at the park, and end up downtown. That was this Friday night. So, but yeah, JD is definitely has the most stamina of any of. He acts like he's fucking 20.
Oh man. Well,
Got the stoke.
All right. That night,
Up.
Oh,
oh, Adolescents.
Yep.
Yeah. With
so, yeah.
with the most energetic front man I've ever seen.
Ever. You had to line that fucker up just to see if he was breathing.
Yeah.
But they sounded great.
They sounded great.
phenomenal. Yeah, they were
really good.
Amoeba.
for a second.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
How did I miss Amoeba? I guess I was trying to get
Ah,
there.
You
Oh,
were trying to
here's
get your
the man.
ticket. So here's says, what did Jason say? Circle Jerks karaoke with Keith Moore. 'Cause he's the only band member that's still
He
with
is.
them.
He is.
But it was still the Circle
it was
Jerks.
good.
Yeah, it
And
sounded
man,
great.
I'm
It's
telling you,
fun.
my highlight was Shit Hits the Fan.
Yeah.
Jay
Yeah.
and I used to rock out to that song going snowboarding.
I got some good vid of that.
Dude, Keith
I-
was
oh, yeah,
on
you got-
top of it. It was,
Yeah.
I mean, he was
He
great.
sounded
Yeah.
great. Every
Yeah.
song and kudos.
And look at that right there.
Mine.
Props
Oh,
to the
man.
guys that are running the Brooklyn Bowl in Nashville.
Yeah.
Whoever's doing
Yeah,
your
sounded
sound,
great.
you got it figured out, man. Old
And-
guys don't like to have to wear earplugs, and I didn't have to.
And that right there is one of the best punk bands you'll ever see, and they are at the top of their game right now.
All right.
Yeah,
I
they
agree
sound
with
better
you.
than they've ever been.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
That's why I put him on my ankle, and he named his son that.
and I'm literally, I'm sitting in the crowd, getting ready. We're watching the Circle Jerks, and Derek looks at me and he goes, "Hey man, you want to go backstage and meet Milo?"
It
What
was
do you say to that? I'm like, okay.
Uh,
And Rob goes, "Just put it on your wrist." So I'm wrapping that thing around my
it was a
wrist.
discussion prior to that.
And
Trust me.
like
Yeah.
15 minutes later, I'm meeting Milo Ackerman, which
Yep.
was a surreal man and the nicest guy that you'll
dude,
ever
he's the
meet.
nicest.
It
We,
was,
we got a photo of that.
it was,
What
it was,
about
it
my-
was.
Yeah, there's a photo.
What about my version of the story?
But he goes, "Do I get one?" And I was like, "He only had one."
And he's got the Milo look going on too.
Yeah,
Well, I looked at Rob and I was like,
I'm sorry.
I looked at Rob and
Oh,
was
man.
like, Jason probably would have enjoyed it more than me, but it's on my wrist.
Now, here's my thing.
Yeah, it was.
Keith Morris was Keith. If you're watching, You're out of touch. Get out of your car and quit reading Maximum Rock and Roll. It's online now. It's not in print form. Everybody thinks you're going to hell if you got orange hair. Meanwhile, at the hip church where the guy's got the ichthus tattoos, he's got orange hair.
That dude's selling Jesus.
Somebody thinks you're going to hell if you got orange hair.
Nah.
Sorry, dude.
So we
That's my 2 cents.
that show was probably it. I came home and I told my wife it probably was the best punk rock show I've ever been to.
I mean,
It was good.
fuck
It was good.
I
It was
mean,
good.
I've been
Yeah.
to a few, and I've been to some really good ones. And,
I slept great.
well, it's because
You
were-
guys stayed in town, right?
we Jason and I were a block and a half away at a
We
hotel,
drove back.
Yeah, we drove back.
and we cuddled, and it was a great night.
It gets cold.
But no, it was good friends, good times. It was walking out was when we
talked about this,
solidified
yes.
this show.
We did.
right
Yep.
now. And,
I was like, why have we not done this?
Yeah.
It's we've talked about it for a long time, and the last conversation I had with Jay was at Record Store Day last year, and it's like,
Yeah.
all right, we got to
Doing
do
the show,
it
doing the
because
show.
he's there with his camera doing it. It's
Was
like,
it 2
all right,
months later,
we're
less than 2
no, it was about 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
So-
And I was like, we're going to do it, and then all of a sudden this happened, and it kind of derailed it, and here we are. So and finally did it. Finally did it, Jay.
Jay.
We got it.
So a great side story is while we're at the show. So beforehand and other people that are there, there's probably 20 Knoxville people there. And a couple of guys,
yeah,
old
bro.
Knoxville guys that came in from Washington and Arizona
Larry Brady.
Oh,
to
Brady.
meet, to hang out
Larry
with
Brady.
See
Good
him.
God.
Yeah,
I know. What?
No, we were all out the night before drinking, so a lot of them wanted to hang out and party with JD. So we get to the show, and JD immediately walking in the door gets kind of sideswiped by some guys that have a bowling lane on the upstairs far side of where you're
VIP.
upstairs.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they're in the VIP bowling lanes of this place. Well, Jason and I, Bunny and I, we meet up with you guys. So we're hanging downstairs, kind of close off the back right at the downstairs bar.
Nah.
Everybody else is just above us on the left side upstairs, bitching because the fun guys aren't hanging out with us. And I went up there at one time, and they were like, "Well, where's everybody?" Well, JD's over there bowling. Jason,
I
and
wasn't bowling.
We're downstairs with Rob and Derek, and look, I get to go backstage. And they're like, why aren't you guys hanging out with us?
Yeah, I felt bad. I was like Larry came from freaking Seattle,
Yeah.
and then Kevin
Came in.
Kevin came in for Denver. I
No,
was just like,
Colorado.
Colorado, yeah, from Denver. And I was like, and then that guy was like, come with me. And like, we go up there, and he's like, I got like 6.
Where's
but there's 7
JD?
of them.
JD's bowling.
And the dude was like, that had the VIP stuff, was like, he's like, here, he's like, I'll give you $50 if you let this other guy. She's like, I can't do it. My boss is up there. And I was like,
Wait, the boss is where?
at that bowling.
Up there?
Yeah, up there. Up yonder.
Up yonder. You know what? Screw Kevin and Larry. They're not on Kickturn party tonight, are
They
they?
need to
No,
be.
they're not. No, sorry. Love you. Love you.
Love you guys.
Love you,
I
Kevin and
forgot
Larry.
Larry was going to be here.
Yeah.
Because he
It's all
told
good.
me, he's like, hey, I'm going to be here. But that
so
was months ago.
He showed
so
up the night
Yeah.
before to have dinner with us and was like, "Oh, I got to work the
40
next day."
seconds, dude.
Oh, 40 seconds.
40 seconds. We can go long.
Yeah.
No,
We
we
can
don't.
do whatever we want.
So Larry
That's
was
not
like,
what Michelle told me.
Larry's got a condo in Nashville.
Yeah, so he comes in. He comes in
Yeah.
and works all the time, and he worked the whole day before the show.
Yeah.
because we were like, I think Matt and
Kevin and
Carrie and
Kevin.
Kevin. Those guys all like hung out during the day, and I think they went day.
Larry.
I think they went day drinking.
Let us know when you're in Nashville.
Buddy and I
again.
went
Yeah, we got to know. We got to know when
Fair,
he's in
fair.
Nashville.
I mean, he did tell me he was going to be there, but I mean, if it was more
But
than like
80
a day ago, I
That's
couldn't forget.
ADD.
Well, they
Yeah,
were
yeah,
all
yeah,
standing
yeah.
right above us.
Yeah.
and I never saw him.
We were
Yeah.
all. They
That's
were all
fucked
standing
up.
right above us, and I went up there at one point, and Clay was like, "Get everybody to come up here," and I'm like, "I can't see shit up here."
I went up there. I went up there during the Adolescents, and I was like, nah.
Yeah,
I went
So,
up there. I went up there to get beverages.
we had
'cause
a
the line was shorter.
bathroom
Oh,
and
yeah,
a
the
bar right where we were standing.
Yeah.
And then you could go outside and watch baseball.
Oh, which we did.
We did watch
I
baseball.
watched
Yep.
between both
Yep.
band changes, and it was during the Adolescents to Circle Jerks is when the baseball game ended, and I watched the end of the game.
I mean, the only
Alright.
thing I had in that VIP thing was just like this, a bartender that
You
kept
bowled.
coming. No, I could bowl. That lady was like, "You want bowling?" She's
So
like,
what did
"Hell
you
no."
what did you roll like a 105?
I didn't. I was like, the
110?
bartender kept coming back and
Okay,
forth,
we
and I
gotta
was
go
like,
bowling.
you know, I'm not drinking. I was like, I drive
Well,
back home. You know,
We've got to draw this episode to a
All
close.
right, we're gonna sit here.
All right.
Chelsea,
Kelsey!
We love you. Thanks for
Thanks
watching.
for coming to
Kickturn.
Kickturn.
Kickturn Party! Yay! All right.